Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone at tarotforhealing.com. I hope you guys are doing really well. This is your weekly reading and it is for Pisces. So I hope you guys like my cards because this is a deviant moon deck, and usually I give myself a chance to kind of play with the cards before I do any sort of reading, but I just felt so guided to use these cards in the readings for this coming week. And I just love the cards. I love the images. I love them even more than I thought I would, seeing them on the internet. So I had to use it for you guys, and I hope you like them. I hope you don't find them too weird, because I know for some people they find the images really strange on this in this deck, but I just really love it. So I hope you guys like it a lot too. So let's see what shows up for you, Pisces. Okay, the first card is the devil. Oh gosh. I wanted you guys to like this deck, but I don't know if you will. The first card being the devil. But I love this interpretation though. It's really nice. And then the next card is the Page of Wands. And the last card is the Knight of Cups. And the card at the bottom is the Seven of Cups. I like that interpretation. That's pretty. Okay. So what I see, the devil, I don't know what it is with you guys, Pisces. Oh my gosh. I love you guys. But I kind of feel like some of the messages I'm seeing are feeling a bit similar. And I don't know if it's a case of maybe this is something you guys have to work through. Maybe that's why I'm always feeling for you guys like a certain kind of energy. And I really feel like, I just feel like to tell you to just stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself, you know? Don't let people take advantage. Stand up for yourself. Like, with the devil card, I kind of feel like this is representing someone in your life that is overshadowing you. I feel like there is somebody that is either trying to control you, tell you what to do, or trying to be quite manipulative in that kind of way. If it doesn't show up that way, the devil card could also be representing sort of the lower sides of ourselves. So it can represent our addictions. It can represent, like they say, the seven deadly sins, and all those kind of things. So it can represent, an alcohol addiction. It can represent lust. It can represent, addictions to food, all kinds of things. Basically, things that we form a kind of unhealthy attachment to. So it's basically, it could be saying that, maybe you have to address some of these unhealthy attachments that maybe sometimes you even have to another person also. So it's like, be careful with that devil kind of energy. But to be honest, I don't want to tell you to be careful of it, really. I feel like the devil card is not a card to be afraid of. In fact, I feel like in this reading it's a good card for you. And I know you're going to be like, why would you ever say that? But the reason why I am saying that is because what the devil represents is, it represents the aspect of ourselves that a lot of the time we're not willing to see, or we're not willing to address. That's the good thing about when the devil card shows up. It represents where there is an unhealthy attachment, where there is an unhealthy situation, and so you have to address this situation basically. And so I feel like this week there's something really important in your life that you need to address. Either it's taking over you, or and it's almost like telling you that you have to empower yourself to not let it take over you, to not let it get the best of you. You have to take your power back in this situation. And I think with the Page of Wands, I think that you're going to be. I think you're going to have the opportunity to take back control in some kind of way. The Page of Wands is almost wiping the slate clean. The Page of Wands is not the kind of character that would be under the suppression of somebody else, because it represents almost like a childlike energy. It's almost like a person might be able to try to manipulate a child and that kind of thing if they are, like children can be if they're naive and things like that. But the thing about the Page of Wands in particular is that he can represent a pretty troublesome child, like a child that, they it represents that kid that has such a big kind of character, and they're kind of funny at the same time, but they're so naughty, and so I kind of feel like, if there was a devil and they were dealing with this kind of kid, that the devil would probably give up on the child and be like, you know what, this child is just too much. So it could be a case of where I feel like you have the opportunity to have your own freedom, basically, to do the things that you want to do. Yes, you can be that, you have the opportunity to be that troublesome child by going out and doing something that is maybe out of character for you, that is different for you. You have to be outspoken, because a page also represents messages. So it can represent communication. So in that case, you can communicate in a way that is for you, that is you doing what is best for you in this predicament. And so again, it's a new kind of energy, because it's a page, it's a different energy for you, but it's saying that I feel like that's the energy you need to embrace if you want to be free of that devil kind of energy. One's like I was saying, if you watch my general reading, fire purifies things. So if you purify a situation, that means you're cutting the cords, you're cutting the ties to old things that are just not helping you at this time. And the Knight of Cups is saying that you can have the opportunity to start afresh and to start anew, and even on an emotional level, feel differently on an emotional level. So if this was a case of another person that was maybe overstepping their boundaries or that kind of thing, you can establish a new kind of relationship with this person if you're prepared to set those boundaries, if you're prepared to, again, get rid of the old slate, maybe have a discussion with this person and basically let them know that, it's a new day today. It's not the same as yesterday. So in that case, it's like you can approach it with a new sense of being, and have a new connection with this individual, getting rid of the old. And so underneath is the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Cups is kind of saying that this is a chance for you to not be deceived by certain things, or being told to see things from a perspective that maybe isn't true, or isn't what I know you're there, that isn't true, or that isn't serving you in any kind of way, because it can represent an energy where things are not as they seem. So this can be a person that can be the type that um basically wants to, I don't want to say just, I don't want to out and out be say deception, but what this card can represent is not seeing things with a clear understanding, like and that this card can also be connected with the devil card, especially if you do have an issue with any kind of addictions, especially addictions that take you out of reality. Like this card can represent taking, recreational drugs, abusing maybe, certain substances, alcohol, things like that, that take you out of your day to day, like your real perception, and almost put you in that state of an illusion, not really seeing things for what they truly are, or being in the days, being in, so like another reality almost. So if that's the case, it's kind of saying that that might be an issue that may need to be worked through um as well. But another way it could be perceived is, if you're not dealing with any issues like that, it could be just saying that maybe there's so much stuff you want to do. You have so many ideas, so many visions, so many things that you maybe want to create and do, that maybe you have to kind of be able to say, okay, step back and pick what you're going to go with, what you're going to do, because it also can be a card where there's a lot of options presented to you, and you may have a lot of, your imagination may be running wild, especially if you work in a creative field, like you can see this person painting. If you work in a very creative field, you might have a lot of ideas of different things you want to create, that it becomes so difficult for you to even start doing one thing, because your mind is like, oh my gosh, I could do this, and I can create this, and I can do that. So you can end up with a whole bunch of unfinished projects, things that you start but you never completed. So maybe you might have to focus on that as well, maybe completing some tasks too. So peace and many blessings to you guys. I'll be seeing you. Bye.